And we know their names. I've spent the last 4 years figuring out their names, but I know for a lot of Congolese people in the Congo, they know the names. They know the companies that are working there. And it's not just the East where people are dying and people are suffering. As you know very well, it's all across the country. Because the country has been left in a state of what I call maldevelopment. There's a lot of talk about development. There's a lot of money for development. There's a lot of big NGOs involved in saving the gorillas, the furry ones, you know. And there's a lot of NGOs that are working for saving the gorillas that are also arming the gorillas, the ones with the guns. So the connection between the conservation organizations sometimes is that they have connections to the weapons and the militias. But this is not seen either. So I give you an example of the Jane Goodall Institute, who currently is arming the Mai Mai and the FDLR, which would be the Forces for the Democratic Liberation of Rwanda, near Walikele. And the reason is because they're trying to save the gorillas. So they force the people out of their own land. They create a conservation park. If you go in, you'll be shot. This is imperialism under the name of saving gorillas, the furry ones, you know, those ones. But again, it involves the militias. Now I'm just giving you one piece of the war. You all know the war at some level. You can see it all over the news, even when it doesn't tell you anything. We see pictures of black people suffering. Pictures of starving children. But this is how the system makes money. The NGOs, United Nations, a lot of the United Nations organizations like UNICEF, UNHCR, UNIFEM.
A human rights watch group that goes out and they help, and they said if you go get your water, you might be raped, or they send the older women because the younger women will be raped, or I don't know. I just know there's a lot of bloodshed and violence.
They revolve around showing pictures of starving children to earn donations. People can give $20 and at the end of the day they can say, oh, I'm a good person, I helped the Congo. But it doesn't help the Congo because those organizations are in business. It's just a big business. So when you see pictures on the media about refugees, thousands and thousands of refugees, they don't ask why there are refugees. Or if they do, they say war. But they don't give you the answer. They don't give you the people who are causing the war. Sometimes they do, but mostly they don't. For example, anybody ever heard of a man named Walter Kansteiner? Walter Kansteiner. Anybody heard of the name of a man named Walter Kansteiner? He's one of the biggest players in the war in the Congo, but we've never heard his name in the media unless it's making him sound like a great guy, you know, involved with the American foreign policy. Walter Kansteiner is today on the board of a company. It's either Moto Gold or Mwana Gold. It's one of those two. I think it's Moto Gold.